This is the most comprehensive book ever written to expose the Democrat Party right up to today. Ever. So this isn't a plea. I am not on bended knee. I am telling you we must engage these people. And you must engage them on ideas. Mark, enough with the ideas. Ideas! Marxism is an idea. Fascism is an idea. It's the battle of ideas. People are persuaded by socialism and Marxism. Why? Because they never produce what they say they're going to produce. They produce horror. They produce death. They produce impoverishment. But the promises are endless. If only you would give up more liberty. If only you would give up private property. If only you would do what we tell you to do. If only we could tell that guy to shut up and knock him off the air. If only we could have free college for everybody. If only we could have family leave. If only we had open borders so we could get people in here that will do the jobs that nobody else will do. If only everybody had a right to health care. I don't know, oh, that sounds good. Now you know what all this means. Liberty takes some explanation, not to those who don't have it, but to those who do. In most countries in the world, you don't get up in the morning, what shall I do today? I don't know. Or I have a job, I got to get there. It doesn't work that way. Most countries in the world, they're fending to survive. And even in advanced so-called societies like China, you have to watch what you say, where you say it, when you say it, or you're disappeared. What happened to the former premier of China, that older fellow? He's gone. He used to have all the power in the world. What did they do? Obviously, they shot him in the back of the head and they put him in a ditch. Where's the foreign minister of China today? He used to be the ambassador to the United States from communist China. Well, now he's out of the group, out of the Politburo. What happened to him? What do you think happened to him? He's disappeared. There's no law and order there. And so when I start out my book, it's a funny thing. I started to write the book and I said, let me look at what Freedom House has to say. What's Freedom House? It's this nonprofit independent organization, sort of left of center, certainly not right of center, left of center, but does a pretty good job when it comes to these regimes like Russia and China and so forth. Does a very poor job when it comes to the United States. So I fixed that. They put out a huge report on tyranny in Russia and China and how they create these impressions of democracy and all these things they do, and they explain it and they rate them. So I took that and I applied it to the United States. I took it. It's a significant part of Chapter 1 called Authoritarianism and the Democrat Party. It's frightening. It's frightening, the similarities. We are definitely on the road to totalitarianism. And so when you have these other books coming out in September, in October, those are the big months to sell books leading up to Christmas. What do you think's going on? It's more the propaganda mill. Maddow has a huge following. I don't know why. She's dumb as hell. I was always wrong. It doesn't matter. The anti-American forces, and they pretend they're the pro-American forces against us. And same with this other woman, who is apparently a Facebook star. And they're talking about how to save democracy, how to promote democracy and liberty and individualism and everything else, because you're the problem. Our views are the problem. And then they claim out of one side of their mouth that the founders are the problem, and then out of the other side of their mouth that they're the real progeny of the founders of the country. This has gone on long enough. It's gone on in colleges and universities. It's now going on in government-run public schools. It goes on in the media. It goes on in entertainment, whether it's plays or movies or everything else. These people wrap themselves in democracy. They wrap themselves in individualism, and they get away with it because they control the culture. We have no control over the culture. And so we need to push back. We have to claw our way back. We have to fight our way back. The Republican Party is not the answer. It's not. I'll give you a perfect example why. They're fighting on Capitol Hill right now whether or not they should support a special counsel to investigate Biden, or even whether they should have an impeachment inquiry on Joe Biden. This is the most corrupt president in American history. It's not even close. It's not. Who else? Who else? Teapot Dome? No. The corruption under Ulysses S. Grant, he wasn't involved, but Kevin? No. This is the president of the United States and his family, with foreign monies, millions and millions coming in. Money that is laundered to try and conceal it. IRS agents who are prevented from investigating it. FBI agents who are prevented from investigating it. A media that is the Praetorian Guard of this administration and every Democrat administration. And I get into that. So if I am not going to talk about this, I don't mean at a surface level like so many hosts, radio, TV, and elsewhere, even books, that they don't even write. I am telling you that we need to push back. This is the most comprehensive book ever written to expose the Democrat Party right up to today. Ever. Ever. How do I know? Because I read them. That's how I know. That's all I do. The Democrat Party hates America. There was a discussion about this title. Is it too provocative? I don't know. Was American Marxism too provocative? Liberty and tyranny, where we believe in liberty and their tyranny, was that too provocative? Unfreedom of the press, was that too provocative? That's the problem. When you call a spade, you're provocative. Now, they can call you Nazis. They can call you extremist MAGA. They can call you white supremacists, even those of you who aren't white. They can say whatever they want. Neo-Nazis, Klansmen, it goes on and on and on. Whatever you do, don't say the Democrat Party hates America. So I said, that's the title. Now, I know what that means. That title means that there are even conservative organizations that are going to shy away from this because they pretend to be, bipartisan. Well, that's pretty gutless. And there will be bookstores that keep them in the boxes in the back or don't put the book in the front. There will be complaints by the left to boycott it or lobby it. It started with Target, and we put that to rest as fast as we could within 24 hours. I wasn't going to put up with that. But you can be sure when you go to Costco to purchase the book, they'll all be turned over. They'll all be covered by other stacks. I got it. But if you want to read the book, you can get the book. And so I'm asking you, if you want to participate in this battle, the battle is on September 19th. But you don't prepare for the battle on the day of the battle. You prepare for the battle before the battle. And I'm going to be pushing off very, very hard. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm even going to book signings, where I hope I see many of you. But quite frankly, we have to have significant security these days. Significant. For me, it's okay. I'm sick and tired of being pushed around and threatened and bullied and all the rest. Not that they ever are successful at that, but we're not going to put up with it. This is our country, and I say, my wife and I discuss this all the time. What about our kids and our grandkids? What the hell kind of country are they going to inherit here? Where boys aren't boys and girls aren't girls, and if a young kid is a tomboy, then immediately they take out the surgeon's knife. That is sick. That's sick. Abortion on demand. Many of you might support abortion, whatever that means. But not abortion on demand right up to the end. You know what that is? That's a sick form of eugenics. That's what that is. Same Democrat Party pushing for the same thing. That's not Roe v. Wade. No free nation on the face of the earth kills its children in the womb a week before birth. None, except this one. Except America. They don't do it in France. They don't do it in Britain. They don't do it in Germany. They do it in the United States. It's called choice. No, it's called the Democrat Party wanting power. I'll give you a footnote on that. I discuss it here. The most reliable demographic group and most significant for the Democrat Party, it's not African Americans. It's not. It's not Jewish Americans. It's not. You know what it is? Young, single women. Young, unmarried women who support abortion at the most extremist level, not everyone, obviously, but as a group, more than any other group. Blacks don't. Hispanics don't. Married women don't. Women with children don't. That demographic, which affects the vote in the suburbs, as well as the inner city, is the demographic the Democrat Party's playing to. Why? Because they vote in astronomical numbers. And they believe that's why the Republicans didn't have the midterm success that they were expecting to have. That's what they believe. And it's a significant number in the population. That's why they take the position they do on abortion. It's about power. They don't care about babies. They don't care about women. They don't care about any of that stuff. They won't even define a woman. If they cared about women, they wouldn't be destroying girls and women's sports, now would they? Care about women? 50 years ago, it was anti-black racism. Today, it's anti-white racism. It's whatever it is. Power, baby. Power. It's all that matters. And if it means switching a position, genuflecting, they will do it. Like they are now, embracing Marxism. And so it is important that we are successful when it comes to the debate over ideas. It is important that we are successful in passing the word along from our family to our friends, to our neighbors, to our coworkers. It is important that we, quietly, in our churches and synagogues and mosques or anywhere else, explain to the people who may not understand or even engage in debate, and explain what the problem is, these forces of Marxism, and who specifically is responsible for it. The Democrat Party. Have you noticed, whether it's critical race theory or sexualizing children in elementary school or having pornography in public school libraries, whatever the agenda is, have you noticed the Democrat Party is the home of those movements? Can you name more than one or two Democrats who speak out against critical race theory? No, you can't. Can you name more than one or two Democrats who speak out against sexualizing our children in elementary school? No, you can't. Can you name more than one or two Democrats nationally who oppose pornography in our public school libraries, our elementary school libraries? No, you can't. No, you can't.
For all this and much more, sign up for Levin TV.